Hey, what's going on today, guys? It's Trey. Welcome back to the channel. As always, welcome back to sunny, beautiful Germany. Today, we are here at the world-famous Porsche Museum to explore all the beautiful and amazing cars that Porsche has ever produced. I think this is probably the largest selection of Porsches on the planet, with the exception of Champion Porsche in South Florida. Really excited to be here. We plan on doing a lot. I'm gonna try to see my dream car, which is the Porsche 911 GT2 RS. One of the fastest cars ever produced, so I'm hoping to find it. But without further ado, stay tuned. Let's get into it. Now, just to let you guys know, you can't actually use an audio guide here. We're not gonna do that. I like to just walk around and kind of get a feel for the place myself. And plus, I know a lot of the history of Porsche as well. So we're just gonna head upstairs. So we just made it into the museum, and the very first thing that you notice is this place is huge. There is so much going on. It's a little overwhelming, but I think it is all strategically placed. And so we're gonna actually start by the earliest year and work our way up to the more modern years. All right, guys, this is gonna be the very first Porsche model, but wow, look at that thing. It looks so crazy. Could you imagine this driving down the Autobahn? Not gonna happen. Well, it could happen, but it's just gonna be very, very slow. And if you're curious, this was actually constructed in the year 1898 by Ferdinand Porsche himself. This is pretty awesome, guys. And so this was actually the first fully functional electric vehicle, or EV as we call it nowadays. Very different than the modern day vehicles that we're used to, but this is awesome. And it's so pristine. Obviously it's a museum, so everything's going to be kept up for the most part, but I just think, like, considering the wars and, you know, all the conflict that happened here in Germany at one point, I just think it's so remarkable that a lot of these vehicles were kept in such pristine condition. This is a fire truck, I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but it looks like, yeah, this is a fire truck. So we got the hose. There we have it, guys. Porsche fire truck. And here we have a cast of the Porsche Type 64. No wheels, obviously, because it is just a cask. Looks very, very modern for that time period, 1939. And just, I'm not gonna touch it, but just look at the craftsmanship on the body. You can tell that a lot went into the construction of these vehicles. It's awesome. And plus, look at the lights. This was very modern for that time period. And this thing, you can tell, is very solid. Like, this is a very well constructed vehicle for that time period. Clayton's about to have a VR experience right now. That's pretty cool. Colden's like, what's that on his head? Check out this timeless beauty here, the Porsche 356 #1. This is like showroom new right here. This is so cool. And the baby blue finish on it is awesome. Here we've got the Porsche 356 #1 Roadster. Love the color on it. This is like James Bond status right here. This thing is amazing. I love the color on this. And once again, check out that interior. Wow. Beautiful car, guys. Right, so now we're over here at the year 1950. Well, approaching the year 1950. Got a Porsche 356 Coupe. Lovely color. I mean, what more can you say about that color? It looks awesome. It's a beautiful spec. I don't know, guys. Which one are you taking? Black or orange? Black, orange. I think I'm gonna go with black. Got a Porsche 356 SL Coupe. It's looking nice. Here we go, Porsche 356 Speedster. Love the color on this. So this one was made in the year 1955, features a 4-cylinder engine, and it had a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. So not the fastest thing in the world, but still really cutting edge for that time period. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, but the color on this is the best color that I've seen in here. It's just impeccable. What do we have here? So this is a fiberglass reinforced plastic body of the Porsche 908, and it weighs in at only 130 kilograms, so extremely light. Now, these are probably some of the last vehicles people would associate with Porsche, but yes, there was a time period where Porsche was making military grade vehicles and they were making tractor equipment. So guys, these colors are out of this world. This reached a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour. So the further along we move, you can obviously see that the top speeds are increasing. Pick your poison. Porsche 912 Coupe, another impeccable color. Here we go. Porsche 911 Targa. This one was made in the year 1970, featured a top speed of 230 kilometers per hour. I'm speechless right now, guys. I've seen a lot of these in photographs, but you won't really find too many of these in the US because who on earth is gonna sell this? I know they're for sale. You can probably buy some of these somewhere in the world, but a lot of these belong here in a museum. They shouldn't even be driven on the road, period. I think this one is my favorite over here though so far. Wait, hold up. Audi. Check out the body design on this car here. I've never seen anything like this before. So this is like a reinforced steel. Here we've got one of the world famous Porsche 924s. This one reached a maximum speed of 200 kilometers per hour and it was made in the year 1976. But the really special thing about this car is it was actually positioned by Porsche as being one of their entry-level, more affordable models. So this is what helped get a lot of the middle class into Porsche, because obviously, as most of us know, Porsche is not a cheap vehicle manufacturer by any means, but they made this car specifically so the middle class could start to experience this awesome brand. Holy moly, look at this monster here. This thing is beautiful. Check out the back wheel too, it's huge. Yes. I mean, where do I even start, guys? Everything, the racing stripes, the paint, unbelievably impeccable vehicle, guys. Yeah, I could literally stand here all day and just stare at this car. It is so awesome. This guy has a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. It was made in the year 1977. And this is primarily a race car, right? You're not gonna see this sitting in the parking lot of an Edeka or an Audi. This belongs on a racetrack. Beautiful car. Check out this unicorn here. Got the Porsche 911 Safari on mud tires. So if you ever wanted to know, can a Porsche handle off-road conditions? Well, it definitely can, because this is primarily what it was made for. It was like a rally car, can handle mud, can handle the elements. So yes, Porsche does make vehicles that are made for off-roading. We've got an upside down Porsche 956. And now we've got some Formula One vehicles finally. I know you guys probably can't tell, but man, this thing is so low to the ground. I mean, this is what Formula One is, right? They need to be as aerodynamic as possible and light as possible. So cool, so cool. And the condition is flawless. Oof, wow. Oh my gosh. Where do I even start? I don't know, guys. Which one are you taking? All right, I'll take the 959 Coupe. You guys can have the other guy back there. Wow. Looks like we've got another off-road Porsche vehicle. Man, this thing is lifted. This thing is really high, actually. Look at the difference between this one here and that Formula One car over there. And it's on mud tires. And it somehow was able to do 210 kilometers per hour. Nuts. Insane. Buddy, what are you doing? You having fun? Guys, I think he found his favorite car.
You know I'm a serious
Wow.
And the last air filtration.
Wow. That's awesome. And I can't believe this is a police car.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I told him it's a 1 million.
So I realized why Golden likes this car so much. This was actually the 1 millionth Porsche ever made. And because so many people wanted it, they actually just decided to give it to the police to try to make it as fair as possible. They didn't want it to go to an individual consumer. And so it's such a beautiful car, right? And how odd, how interesting is it that Golden, of all the cars in here, he decides to sit in this car, the 1 million Porsche. Guys, we have finally made it. I can tell you right now, this is going to be my favorite part of the exhibit. We have made it to the RS section. So right out the gate, we've got the Porsche 911 Carrera Rsr. Oh my gosh, my heart is about to stop in a second. So this car was made in the year 1972. It had a top speed of 270 kilometers per hour. And for you serious car enthusiasts out here, this one here is the 2.8. This one over here is the 3.0. So still Carrera Rsr. I personally like the 3.0 a little bit better. It had updated paint and it was a little bit faster actually. I don't know. You guys choose. Which one do you like more? I'm gonna go with the newer one, but that's just me. Telling you guys right now, this is one of the more special cars here. This is the Porsche 911 Carrera Rs. And the reason why I'm calling it special is because it was actually made in the year I was born, which was 1991. This car did 260 kilometers per hour as its top speed. And it's just an impeccable vehicle. And check out the spec on this car. Check out the color. Interior is looking flawless. If you guys want a near flawless example of a Porsche, guys, this is going to be pretty hard to beat. But we've only scratched the surface in this section. Here we've got a newer 911 Carrera Rs. This one was a little bit faster than its older brother. This one was made in the year 1995. And as you can see, it looks like they threw in some Recaro seats. It's got a roll cage. This thing is ready to hit the racetrack right now. And the color on it is just ridiculous. It doesn't even seem real. There it is, guys, the Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. So really special thing about this car is Porsche, they only made 682 at the time, and it was lightning fast, has a top speed of 306 kilometers per hour. And as a tribute to the Porsche 911 Carrera Rs 2.7, customers were actually able to choose between red and blue stripes. I personally like the red a little bit more, but I mean, it's a Gt3 Rs. Blue is gonna look just as great because the car is gonna be flawless regardless. Over here we got a newer Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. So just to kind of give you a side-by-side, older Gt3 Rs, and now we've got the newer variant of the Gt3 Rs. They both look flawless. I'm not gonna lie, I personally like the newer a little bit more. The older model made in the year 2005 is timeless. But guys, like let's quick moment of silence. This is some stunning engineering, guys. And by the way, I haven't seen a car in this entire section that doesn't have a roll cage, because all of these are ready to hit the track. And so if I didn't mention it, this one was made in the year 2011. And now we've got a newer Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs over here. This one was made in the year 2019, has a top speed of 312 kilometers per hour. I see this one on the Autobahn all the time. Well, let me rephrase. I barely see it on the Autobahn because they just blow by you at lightning fast speeds. So some of the differences between the newer Gt3 Rs and the older Gt3 Rs is this one has improved aerodynamics. And also it has a little bit more horsepower than its older counterpart over there. But oh my gosh, so nice, guys, so nice. So I'm gonna call this one a unicorn actually, because this is a 2022 Gt3 Rs Prototype. So this one hasn't even hit the streets yet. They're still testing it out here in Germany. That's why it's got some tape on it and stuff like that. But honestly, Porsche, if you're willing to sell this at a discounted price, hit me up because I'll buy it. This thing is so nice. So if you're wondering what the difference is between this one and the 2019 variant are, they went ahead and revamped the aerodynamics. So this one is going to be a little bit better prepared for the racetrack than the 2019 counterpart. But the only downside, and this is really not a big deal, especially on the racetrack, it is a little bit slower. It comes in at 296 kilometers per hour. The older model comes in at 312 kilometers per hour. So not the biggest deal in the world, but I'll definitely take this one over the old one. Got a Porsche 911 Sport Classic and Nardo Gray. Color is just unreal. And then we've got a newer Porsche 911 Sport Classic. So just if you guys are curious, this one was made in the year 2010. And I believe this one was made in the year 2022. So this one's a brand new model. See this one a ton around Stuttgart. I don't know. So I'm gonna be honest. Give me the old one. I like the wheels a little bit more. I like the spec a little bit more. This just looks timeless. Like this is a timeless Porsche machine. This one, I'm still a little bit iffy on the newer Porsches. But yeah, give me that old one any day. This is a really cool exhibit. So these are some of the trophies that Porsche has won around the world. They've actually won over 30,000. So Porsche actually has over 30,000 victories on the racetrack. This is pretty cool. So I see Atlanta, I see Le Mans, I see Indianapolis, I see Japan. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool exhibit. Oh my gosh, guys, here it is, Porsche 911 GT2. Now, it's not a GT2 RS, unfortunately, but it's still a flawless vehicle, and this thing is still lightning fast at the track. It does 300 kilometers per hour. This one was built in the 90s, and just look at it. It doesn't even have a passenger seat. So ladies, fellas, if you plan on bringing your significant other, they're gonna have to get a bus pass because they ain't coming with you in this bad boy here. Jeez, guys, I almost walked right past this guy right here. Check out this unicorn here. I mean, where do you even begin, right? So, because don't get me wrong, right? The 911s are so nice, but I mean, where do you start with this? This is unreal. So this one is actually a pretty special car to me, and that's because this dealership, Champion, is literally where we come from. It's from South Florida. It's a dealership located there, and this is where I really got my information and knowledge of Porsche from, is from this dealership. It is the world's largest volume Porsche dealer, which is pretty cool. And if you guys are from the US, what Champion actually did recently is they bought an old Walmart, which, if you know, Walmarts are huge. They bought that Walmart and they turned it into their own personal showroom. So there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of Porsches located there. And so, yeah, this is really cool to see. See, Pompano Beach, Florida, right off of I-95. Champion, shout out to you guys. This is really cool to see all the way here in Germany. Check out this Porsche Cayenne here. Definitely made to go off-road. It's got the MTs on it. It's also got a snorkel on it as well, so this thing is definitely prepared to go off-road. Got another awesome car here, the Porsche Carrera Gt. Now, this thing is lightning fast. It does 330 kilometers per hour. And I'm gonna call this car a unicorn because they really didn't make too many of them. Really, I've never even seen one drive. This thing is lightning fast though. And it features a 10-cylinder engine. Got some more Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. Now McKenna, this is another dealership that I'm also familiar with. So McKenna is actually located in Southern California. Been there plenty of times. It's so crazy seeing these American, so crazy hearing about these American dealerships here in Germany. Got a Porsche 911 GT3 with the wide body kit on it. Porsche 911 with another wide body kit on it. Guys, there it is. There it is. Porsche 911 GT1. This was made in the year 1998. Wow, guys. I'm telling you right now, they don't even have this car at Champion. You're really not going to find it at any dealership. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even think this car is available for purchase anywhere on the planet because it's just that unique and that special. This car, I'm gonna need a neck cast after this because I definitely broke my neck trying to look at this car. I mean, where do you begin, right? Because I don't know what to say, guys. I'm literally rendered speechless right now. I mean, I guess really the only thing I can say about it is this thing is flawless, right? There's not too many vehicles out there that don't have too many issues in my book. This one is literally a flawless machine, right? You're never gonna see it out on the road. Chances are one of the only few places that you can find this knowingly is this museum. So yeah, I mean, this car alone is reason enough to come to this museum. Got a Porsche 918 Rsr Studio. Another unicorn of a car. I know I'm saying that a lot in this video, but guys, like these cars, this is really one of the few places on earth where you will see this many rare Porsches in one single place. This thing is unbelievably fast and unbelievably stunning. And it's actually an EV as well. Got the plain Jane Gt3. And if you guys were curious to know what a Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs sounds like, you can actually rev one up here. Also got to show some love to some of the newer hybrids. This here is the Porsche Panamera Turbo S hybrid. This one runs off of electricity and gas. And if you guys are wondering, Golden is having the time of his life right now. He's definitely a small version of his father. One vehicle I see the most around Stuttgart, believe it or not, is this guy here, Porsche Taycan. I see these so much. It's almost like Porsche's giving them away. I don't know, maybe they give some sort of special discount for people that live in Stuttgart. I need to get on that discount. Got this large screen showing all the different years for Porsche. I don't know what Golden's doing over there, but he's having the time of his life. Check out this Porsche 918 Spyder safety car. Probably one of the best safety cars I've ever seen. Got the 919 tribute car here. This thing is a hybrid, and wow. I really don't know what to say. I've officially been rendered speechless. I also just wanted to show you guys something real quick. We're not gonna eat here, but there is a restaurant that is located here, and it's actually a pretty upscale establishment. I just want to get in here and show you guys the interior real quick because I hear a lot of great things about it. So yeah, if you guys find yourself here and you want a nice meal, you want to bring your wife or significant other here, you guys can definitely come and do so. So it looks like they have a workshop over here. You can see them actually working on the vehicles. This is awesome. There's plenty of Porsche dealerships and workshops throughout Stuttgart, but if you wanted to, I guess you could bring your vehicle here, but I assume the wait list is pretty long because, yeah, this is like the most famous Porsche place in the world. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I mean, I don't even know where to start. You know, that was one of the best museums that I've ever been to, and certainly the best car museum that I've ever been to. You know, I love Porsche. You know, my dad, when he lived here in Germany, he drove Porsches for years, right? And so that's where my passion from Porsche comes from. That's where my passion for cars comes from. So Dad, thank you so much for involving me in this amazing, amazing hobby, I guess we can call it. But, you know, we had an amazing time here. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. You know, we're so lucky to live here in Stuttgart. You know, like I mentioned, there's the restaurant, and there's a lot more to see here that we didn't get a chance to do. But just really an amazing, amazing museum. So as always, I just want to thank you guys for the continued love and support. If you like this type of content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We travel all over exploring new things, trying new things. And yeah, the world is our oyster. So as always, thank you guys for the continued love and support. Thank you. Mahalo for watching.